Well, I don't have time to edit. I haven't had time to watch any videos all week. You see, Cindy's going on a trip in a couple days, and I said, well, go through the music files, go to iTunes and choose the tunes you want to bring along on your trip on the iPod. And she said, okay. And I went to work, and I worked all night. I came back home, and she said, honey, why doesn't this song play? Well, that's a really good question. Why doesn't this song play? Well, I had 2 or 3 iTunes folders scattered all over the place, either on an external hard drive or on the startup drive. And so, on top of that, the hard drive, both drives were full. So I had to go out and get another external hard drive and sort of daisy chain them along. And that worked fine. That worked really good. So I tried putting the iTunes folders together. That didn't work. I could get half of them to play or the other half to play. Not all of them. And I couldn't get all the tunes that Cindy wanted to on the iPod for her trip. So for the last week or so, I have been consolidating iTunes files. And I've learned a lot about iTunes and how the program works since then, which I neglected to figure out in the past because I'm not the type of guy who's really good at reading the fricking manual. I have to go through it the hard way and learn the hard way everything. So I learned the hard way, and now I'm paying for it in combing through all the files and finding all the music that's on my computer and putting some other stuff on there that may have been there at one time but for some reason got deleted. I don't know why. But yeah, in a couple days I'll start watching everyone's videos again, and you'll start seeing comments from me again, and I'll start editing some more footage, which I forgot the camera for last night's taxi vlog. I was going to make a taxi vlog, but I forgot it, so I'm going to do it right here without any editing. It's really simple. What happened is that Friday night, do you believe in coincidences? There was a strange coincidence that happened. At one point, a girl gets in my car and asks me if I know Kevin. Kevin used to be my upstairs neighbor, so we talked about that, and you know, we mentioned that I used to live below him, and I, you know, told a few anecdotes about it. He's a good friend of hers and a good friend of mine. Now later in the evening, I got another customer who mentioned that his friend used to live on a certain street, a street I used to live on. And it so happens he asked me if I knew Doug. Now, Doug also used to live upstairs from me when I lived in that basement suite 3 years ago. Well, I moved out of there 3 years ago. I lived there for about 8 years. And he started talking about Doug, and we started sharing anecdotes and talking about things like that. But what are the chances? During the whole year, nobody ever mentions any neighbors of mine. And then, in one evening, 3 hours apart, 2 neighbors that lived upstairs from me in that one house were mentioned. Just to me, offhand. Like, you know, on occasion somebody asked me, do I know someone? But twice in one night, do I know 2 separate people who lived upstairs from me? And it's just one of those coincidences, and it makes my mind wonder, you know, is there a synchronicity? Is there some kind of force out there? At the risk of sounding like Ian Crossland, I'm going to stop right about now. Ciao.